that you are well. I am Mrs. Perkins. I am part of the Faculty of Business and Computing, and I teach ICT, business, but my specialty is computer science, and we will be following the WJEC spec with our GCSEs. The course content is broken up into 2 exams, so they're worth 50% each. Your first exam is a written exam. It is purely theoretical, so there's an awful lot of theory that we have to cover, and that will cover sort of an hour and 45 minutes in total for your exam. Paper 2 is a 2-hour live programming paper. There is an awful lot to it. We'll be using Python, so you can give yourself a head start and start teaching yourself Python if you wanted to. And that will be giving you sort of a scenario, a problem to solve, and I'll teach you how to break it down, how to analyse it, how to test it, how to actually solve that. So don't worry about any of those things, but it is challenging. That's one thing that you have to take away from this. The key skills that you need: you have to be able to solve a problem. You've got to have the patience to get things wrong. It really is one of the things that I have to say to you. With programming, you've got to get things wrong 10, 20 times before you can get something right. So you've got to be patient, you've got to be resilient, and you've got to be quite analytical. GCSE Computer Science will give you an insight into the vast world of technology. You might think that it's a standalone subject, but it absolutely isn't. You can link this with ICT, biology, chemistry, physics, geography, maths, creative media, art, DT. It will take you into so many different avenues. Even if you don't actually like working with computers and didn't want to work with computers directly, all of those subjects need computer science to work alongside them in order to be productive. The course, lesson on lesson, it will consist of a lot of theory, so you will be making lots of notes, but I will be questioning you, helping you all the way through. We have to have a real good, thorough understanding of how a computer system works. All of the different units in the program I will show you a little bit later on. But we will use lots of real life scenarios to help you understand what computer science actually is all about. You will be expected to carry out independent research and study as part of this course, simply because it is ever changing. One day could be completely different to the next with the way that the world of computing changes, so you've got to be on it. I will also be giving you some taster sessions before the end of the year. Hopefully we'll be back in school, and there will be an assessment to go with that. You cannot do this subject if you have not got a passion for computing, technology, programming. You've got to be patient. You've really got to be sort of kind to yourself. It's not something that you can just try and think, oh, it'll be okay. You honestly have got to have a passion for computing. This is not ICT. This is not using Word and Excel and PowerPoint. It is the inner workings of a computer and why things happen the way they do. So you've got to want to know that. Split into 2 components. I'm not going to read all of that out for you, but you can see that your theoretical paper starts off with sort of learning all about your hardware, your software, your operating system, and then we go into principles of programming, software engineering, logical and binary data representation. There's an awful lot going on there. Your second component is all about programming, and even though it is specifically about data structures and data types and programming, all of that does also come into paper 1 with your theory. So you'll be learning the practical and the theory elements to that. Don't just listen to me, listen to what our students say about it. Ask anybody in Year 10. that's taking computer science, and I've got some extra students in year 11 that take it as an extra GCSE, and we work very hard after school. Careers, there are a whole list of careers. I couldn't fit enough on the page. I don't think there's anything that you could do that really doesn't include computing, computer science, the use of technology in some way. Things like mechanics, business analysts, research and development scientists, not normally things that you think about, but computer science is definitely ahead of the game there. Any questions at all, folks, get in touch with me on helpline@beaconhillacademy.org, and we will do our best to help you. Girls, we need you too. This is not just for boys. Girls are really, really desperately needed in this industry. So, come see me, find out what it's all about. Thank you, guys.